See this game? This is a sequel to the Beast Dragon Age Origins. I did a review on Dragon Age Origins in 2009. I gave the game a 9.0. So with this review, it's basically going to be a strict comparison between Dragon Age Origins and Dragon Age 2. I will not be able to cover everything in this review because the amount of shit I want to talk about when it comes down to Dragon Age 2 is just a lot. So I want to mention what I can in the video, and be sure to go to the video description for the written review. And it's going to be like a general information section I'm going to do with lots of extra shit that you might want to know and little bits and pieces, the shit they have changed in the game. I'm going to cover the main aspects of the review in this video, but a lot of small shit I will definitely put in the video description. So if you're really picky about your RPGs and you want to know what's up with the sequels and shit, what they changed, what they didn't change, what they simplified, what they didn't, check out the video description. So let's get down to this review. As many of you know, I loved Dragon Age Origins. I gave the game a 9.0, and for good reason. The game had amazing characters. It had an incredible, amazing story. It had such good gameplay. Its only true flaw was the game had bad graphics, because it was ported down from the PC to the console, and the graphics weren't all that hot. But other than that, the controls, the voice acting, the sound, everything about Dragon Age Origins was the shit. I beat the game several times. I had over 500 hours in that game. Yes, nerdy as hell to say, but who gives a fuck? The game was great. So when I picked up Dragon Age 2, I heard from a lot of people they simplified the game. So I said to myself, maybe they fixed a lot of shit, and the way people are just portraying themselves is wrong. So I played this game a few times so far, and I'm loving every single minute of it. They took aspects from Mass Effect 2 and put it in Dragon Age 2, and it works. The game's got a nice graphic overhauls, and there's a new art direction. The controls have changed. But is it better than Dragon Age Origins? I will answer that right here, right now. No, it's not. But does that mean it's a bad game? Absolutely not. The game is great. It's not better than Origins, and I'll explain why. So in Dragon Age Origins, it was the story of the Blight. It was the Grey Wardens versus the Darkspawn. It was epic. Everyone you met, every character was great. Every character was unique, different. It was sick. The concept of fighting a battle, you pretty much had no fucking way of winning. The few, the proud, the Grey Wardens, the neutral knights of all of the fucking Ferelden. They don't get involved in political shit, but they band together to protect Ferelden from the Darkspawn. The Darkspawn, the reincarnation of everyone's fuck up, come back to take on the fucking human race. It was awesome. It was so well done. The story was fucking amazing in Dragon Age Origins. It was amazing. It's one of the best stories you will experience, period, right now. If you love story, Dragon Age Origins. Now, the story for Dragon Age 2 is really, really a big step down. And that is the reason this game will not get no 9.0. It's different now. Now the game takes place in Kirkwall. You are a human being, and only a human being in this game. Your name is Garrett Hawke. I don't know what the female's name is, but I know if you play as the male, your name is Garrett Hawke. And the game is basically your fucking homeland of Ferelden gets fucked up, and you escape to Kirkwall to start a new life. And as the game progresses through the several chapters, it's just your rise to power in Kirkwall, which ultimately leads up to you becoming the champion, whether you'll take the sides of the Templars or the Mages. That's it. The story itself in general and its progression really is such a letdown compared to Dragon Age Origins. The characters you meet and the side missions you'll do, there's the fun. The new revamped combat system, there's the fun. The story, I'd sad to say, the story in comparison to Dragon Age Origins just doesn't cut it. The story for this review, and this is hard for me to do because y'all know I love me some Dragon Age, flop. The story could have been so much better. The concept of becoming a champion in a fucking, a city and there's no Darkspawn. There's Darkspawn in the game, but they're not really the main focus. It's so lame. Like, the Darkspawn were the main enemies in Dragon Age Origins, and you fought a fuck ton of them. You barely fight the Darkspawn in Dragon Age 2, the main fucking focus of the game. And the few cameos from Dragon Age Origin character in Dragon Age 2 don't really do much. Even when you transfer your data from Dragon Age Origins to Dragon Age 2, all that changes is just like a couple of just events and shit. It doesn't really change the game in general. So let's talk about the actual start of the game. If it was one thing Dragon Age Origins was good on, it was like you had multiple beginnings and multiple fucking endings. You can be a human, a dwarf, an elf. You can be someone of royalty. You can be someone of poverty, right in between. You had like fucking, what was it? Like, it was like 6 to 8 different openings depending on the race you chose. You can start the game over like, holy shit, so many times, and it will always be different depending on what you chose, right? Then the endings. There were so many endings in Dragon Age Origins. And Dragon Age 2, you are only a human. Human. You can be a male or a female. You can be a warrior, a mage, or a rogue. There is no background check. You choose your race. No, you choose your class. You choose your sex. You choose your fucking face layout, and that's it. You don't get to change their voice. You don't get to change their starting stats. Nothing. You just choose the first few things and bam, you throw into the game. That was a letdown. I said to myself, holy shit, what the fuck? Now, does it work as the game progresses? Yes, the game is built around that concept. It's built around the main character being a human being. The game concentrates on the fact that Hawke is human. So, that, even though they took that portion away from us, in return, the story is based around it. Now, if it's one thing the game is good at, and it does it way better than Dragon Age Origins, is your interaction with your fellow companions. In Dragon Age 1, your character didn't really talk outside of battle. So your character was a stupid-ass fucking mute. Looked like he had Down syndrome and shit. And when it came down to making decisions, you were always presented with a nice plethora of options, but most of them either led to the same reaction or like a specific reaction. So no matter if you're trying to be good or bad, there was actually right or wrong answers, which was stupid. As where in Dragon Age Origins, you have good guy answer, bad guy answer, cocky answer, neutral answer. Then sometimes you're presented with a plethora of options that don't have a specific type to them, but you got to use your common sense to tell which is which. Because even though the game is not going to tell you what kind of response you're giving, just by the way it's written out, your character will react a specific way. Then, depending if you're a good guy or a bad guy, you get different options to say to certain people. And if you're fucking sarcastic, it's like that neutral role, and it's funny. You're like a funny character. That's cool. So they fixed that up. Your character's more alive in this game. He fucking talks. He has a fucking soul. So that's nice. In terms of control, if you like games like Dynasty Warriors or Demon Souls, you're going to love Dragon Age 2 because what they did is, in Dragon Age Origins, they play like a PC game. You pressed A, your character ran up to the enemy by himself and did this. Hold on, shit. That's gone. You have full control of your character, especially playing as a warrior. You're going to be doing this all fucking day. Bitch, motherfucker. You got to move to the enemy. You have full control of your character. That's great. It keeps the game fucking nice. Like in Dragon Age Origins, if you had a really souped up party, you can press A, and depending on how you have your tactics set up, your characters went up to the enemy, they fucking did work, and you watched them. You enjoyed the show. Dragon Age 2, no, you do everything. And your AI partners are much smarter. The moves are much cooler. Playing as a warrior is excellent because now, like, you really feel like you're the shit when you play as a warrior. When you hit enemies, the screen shakes. When you do super powerful moves, enemies explode. Fucking heads, limbs, everything comes off. The gore in this game is great. Playing as a mage, overpowered as shit, but damn is it fun. Playing as a rogue, it's fucking great. The backstab mechanic is way better in Dragon Age 2. Playing as a warrior, you get to, do the whole shield and sword thing or a great sword. They changed the whole concept of dual wielding. In Dragon Age 1, you can pretty much equip whatever the fuck you wanted, regardless of your class and shit. Now Dragon Age 2 is very specific. If you're a rogue, you can have dual wield, bow and arrow. If you're a warrior, you can have a great sword or a shield and sword. If you're a mage, you can have a staff. Very specific equipment. When it comes to equipping your characters, there are certain characters you can't fucking do much to. such as Varric, the little dwarven elf guy. The fucking dwarf guy. You can't change his. You can't not change his armor. You cannot change his fucking weapon. Or you can change his sub weapons. I mean his sub equipment. As per the other characters, you can change their weapons and sub armor. All your companions, you don't have to worry about their armor. As you progress to the game, you'll find pieces of armor to put to their main armor, but you don't have to worry about equipping them and shit. You know, it's simplifying that aspect. If you find armor on the ground that is not specifically for Hawke, let's say you have a warrior and you find mage armor, you can sell it, you can drop it. Every piece of armor, such as gloves, body, legs, headgear, if it's not specifically for your character, it is useless unless it's a weapon. So let's see. And another thing, when it comes down to the rogues, if your Garrett Hawke is a rogue, you can make him a bow user or fucking knife user at your leisure. Other fucking rogues, they don't have that luxury, such as Isabella. Isabella is specifically used to use the fucking dual dagger. She does not have the ability to equip a fucking bow, such as Varric. He uses his little crossbow, Bianca. He doesn't have the option to use knives. The game has been really toned down in the aspect of, really equipping the shit of your characters. Now you're going to say they took a lot from that. They took a customization away. I see it as they mainstreamed the game a little bit to give every character a unique fucking reason to be used. I use Isabella as a DD. I use fucking Varric as a DD. I use fucking, what the hell's his name? God damn it. The dude with the white armor. I use him for evasion and shit. Like, I made every character do a specific thing. Sure, it feels like they toned the game down in terms of equipping your characters, but I'm telling you, it works out. It takes a lot. It takes away from fucking needlessly going to the armor shop and having to fucking worry about equipping this guy with armor and that. Now all you gotta do is worry about their weapon. All you gotta do is worry about their rings and their fucking necklace and belt. And all you gotta worry about your main character's armor in general. This makes your time scrolling in the menus much smoother, much faster. You get more gameplay in. So that's that. The controls are sweet. The soundtrack, you're gonna hear some familiar sound effects and familiar fucking tones from Dragon Age Origins. But in the end, Dragon Age 2 soundtrack is beast, especially when you're fighting. Especially when there's like, a sad cutscene. The interaction between characters, the ambiance and shit, it's great. Like the sound effects, the controls are great. The graphics, though better than Dragon Age Origins, are still not really up to par with games that are out right now. The game has a new art direction, and I'm telling you, the game's graphics are way better than Origins. It doesn't mean the graphics are all that hot. They're just better than Origins. So the story, got the thumbs down. The graphics are going to go like that, right in between. The controls, great. Fucking character development, all that other shit, RPG aspect, great. Interaction with characters, great. Overall enjoyment of the game, fucking great. You're going to love the game. It's just not Dragon Age Origins. Another thing I hated about Dragon Age 2, I actually hate this, is they recycle the same fucking dungeons over and over. You're going to find yourself in the same fucking, like this, look. You're going to be in Kirkwall. You're going to fucking do a mission. It's going to take place in some kind of cave and shit. Then you're going to do a fucking another mission in a completely different area. But when you get to that area, when you fucking zone into the area for the mission, you swear to God you're in the same fucking cage you were 10 minutes ago. But it's a different mission. It's crazy. They recycle the same fucking locations over and over. You're going to find yourself in the same location over and over and over. That's a big fucking hit to the score. That's annoying. So, like, thankfully, the combat, the characters, sound, the fucking, like, field of the game is great. Because the lack of a good story and the lack of environments really hurt this game's score. Overall, though, do not skip this bitch. Do not. Do not. There is such good replay value in the game. Playing as a warrior, you feel like a fucking beast. When you play as a rogue, you feel like nothing can fuck with you. When you play as a mage, you feel like the Chuck Norris of fucking Ferelden and Kirkwall. It's great. Like, it's so addicting, the combat system. The characters, you're gonna fucking love them. Trust me. I give Dragon Age 2 for the Xbox 360. I gave Origins a 9. Dragon Age 2, you're gonna get the 8. You fucked up on the story, EA, and you fucked up on the dungeons. But goddammit, the game is still fun as fuck. Check the video description. There's a lot to fucking talk about. Thank you for watching this video. Catch you guys next video, and peace out.